You know, yesterday I decided I just have to do something about the battery tray in my W126 300SD. This is a very nice car, and it deserves a nice battery tray. You know, I could fix this with fiberglass cloth and miracle paint, but it's not going to be pretty. It's going to work, but it's not going to be pretty. So I did some checking, and I went to all my suppliers, and none of them are listing the W126 battery tray for sale. So what I did is I pulled out one of my brand new, isn't that pretty, OE W123 battery trays. These things are literally identical. So today I started looking at them and I said, you know, look at that. It's the exact same tray. The only thing that's different is this bracket that comes over and bolts on top of the shock tower. What I'm going to do today, and you can see, you know already what I'm going to do, is I'm going to remove this bracket and remove this bracket and put the W126 bracket on the W123 tray, paint it black, and I'm going to be able to put a beautiful tray in my W126. So I'm going to take this back into the machine shop. I'm going to have Gerson modify it and then come back out, and we're going to stick it right in old blue here. So how am I going to change these brackets? Of course I could do it welding, but I think there's a way to do it so you don't have to weld. This means you could do this even if you don't have a welder. And if you look at the back side here, each one of these brackets are tack welded. See that? See the holes there? They're tack welded, so we're going to get a drill and we're going to drill through the tack welds and take this bracket off. Then we're going to drill through these tack welds, take this bracket off, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to bolt this to this tray. So welding will not be required. And that means that's something you can do yourself. Well, I've completed the modification. You can see I took the W126 bracket off that other rusty tray and put it on here. It's held on with one bolt, which is adequate, but this will allow me to adjust this, pull it in and out and move it back and forth to get the alignment on this hole just perfect, and then I can tighten that bolt down. That's more than strong enough. And I'm using a big washer on both sides. But I think I have to admit I spoke too fast when I said all the holes are the same. This hole is not the same. I had to elongate this hole on the 123 tray and move it that way, and then this hole here for the little stud on the right side, I had to drill a new hole and elongate it. You can see there that there's only this hole for the 123 and the 126 requires a hole there. So even though the battery tray looked exactly the same, it wasn't. There's a couple variations on these two attach points. That's done. Now I'm ready to install it in the W126. I should mention there were a few rust spots under the tray here. I didn't want those to get any worse after installing the new battery tray, so I went ahead and coated all these with miracle paint, and that will prevent further corrosion in the future. Also going to take and paint the edges of those new holes that I drilled in the battery tray so those will not rust. I know you're going to have to agree with me. This looks pretty nice. You know, there you have it. You have a 123 battery tray and a W126 sedan. And it went in there, it took some modification as you learned, but all four attach points are in and secure, and we have a very nice looking, very solid battery tray now in this 300SD. Now, to prevent that type of corrosion in the future, the next step is to install an AGM battery.